Thank you for giving us this graphic picture of the impact of this particular situation. As we have it, Dr. Tony Oben is the CEO of the Minerals Commission. He joins me in studio. Doc, thank you. Great to have you. Already, it's clear with what my colleague Natalie has pointed out to you. We're already suffering the obnoxious effect of this canker of galamsey in this country. What is the Commission's position on this particular issue?
Well, thank you very much. The Commission's position is quite clear. We are the government agency that is responsible for regulation and the management of the country's natural resources, specifically the solid minerals. We also provide policy advice to the minister, and also, of course, provide data, modern technology, ideas in terms of mining. Now, our position on this illegality is that illegal mining or galamsey must be seen as an illegality, first and foremost, because the laws of Ghana allows for small-scale mining to be done, and to be done by Ghanaians alone. There are regulations. In fact, Ghana has one of the best sets of regulations on small-scale mining, if you want to mine. Right. Now, there are people who, for various reasons, would decide that we don't have the time, we don't have the patience to acquire the relevant documentation or the relevant licenses to mine. They do so as illegal.
And one of the reasons is that the process of getting the small-scale license is so cumbersome, and so people would rather want to resort to the fast way of getting into that mining,
which does not make it. It doesn't make it right in any case.
But is the process cumbersome?
No.
Is it representative of the situation?
You know, some 10 years ago, I had this concerns that it was cumbersome and that people would have to apply in Accra. If you had the gold maybe at Daman, my village, you have to come to Accra to apply for the licenses. Since then, the Minerals Commission has established district offices at various gold mining areas. So now it is easier to apply from the district. Don't forget that the land on which you are going to apply to mine may belong to a family, may belong to a skin, may be a heritage site, may be of some interest. So you don't decide that because I want to mine, I don't have the patience to ensure that all the necessary checks are done. You know, so legally, when you apply, you have at least 21 days that we need to, publish your application at the area where you have applied for. The 21 days may be too long for you.
That's it. But do you see enough political will to deal with this and with the kind of talk that's been happening? We're already seeing the impact of this. Tano River is dried up for the first time in 40 years. Densu River is dried up. We have all the river bodies polluted in this country. Is that will to deal with this from what Commission's
That's an excellent question. In the past, that has been the problem. In fact, historically, our problem has been the lack of political will and the lack of understanding about the impact of illegal mining. Because many times when these issues were raised, we would jump into the favor of those who are perpetrating it as, oh, they are aching out a living, they are poor people who are, of course there are some poor people who are aching out a living.
But there's an unemployment situation.
Exactly, but the point is that the fact that there is unemployment in a country does not mean you should commit a crime, because doing illegal mining, according to our laws, is committing a crime. So we should not, we shouldn't make those excuses. I think we should stop the illegality and then try and resolve the attendant problem.
Specific question.
Now, if you ask if there's, I think so for now. I think for now, and the reason I believe this so strongly is that first, the president himself has been talking about this many times.
This is not the first time I've heard the president condemn illegality.
That's correct. That's correct. And then the minister has also shown some passion. But the difference is that the public is now supporting it. People are seeing the impact of galamsey on our water bodies. True. The water bodies themselves, they are the basis for really galvanizing, the popular support.
So what's the best approach? Dealing with them forcefully, getting the Chinese out, and dealing with the Ghanaians as well, or you go begging them and negotiating for an illegality for them to get out of the minister, etc.?
No, the minister has not begged. I haven't seen him beg, because that thing that is going on. I was there when he spoke.
Well, he said he pleaded.
Yes, but his diplomacy is there. The minister.
Why do you be diplomatic about that illegality?
The minister was talking very tough, because he was pointing at them that
but talk is cheap.
No.
I need action.
Yes,
that's what the Ghanaians want.
He said, please, let's resolve this issue. After we have resolved it, we can still be friends. So we cannot allow the illegality. But the point I really need to make here is that we have the political will to do that. And I think Ghanaians must support that and ensure that our water bodies are back on track for all of us to use that.
Thank you. Dr. Tony Obin, I'm grateful. We're going to do this a little more subsequently. He is the CEO of the Minerals Commission and doing this with us, still with us here on News 360.